In the fading light of a forgotten valley, deep in the southern reaches of what we once called Gondwana, a landmass that stretched across ancient seas and continents, a story unfolds that challenges everything we thought we knew about our ancestors. Welcome to Shadow Hunters. When Stone Age humans faced the last king of the Cretaceous, I'm your host, narrating this extraordinary tale drawn from newly unearthed archaeological evidence, pieced together like fragments of a shattered bone. If you will, a world where the dust of a massive asteroid impact still lingers in the air, some 66 million years ago. But in a twist of fate, a pocket of survival persists. Here, in this lush, treacherous basin, ringed by jagged peaks and steaming vents, a band of early humans, our Stone Age forebears, coexist with the remnants of a bygone era. These aren't the timid cave dwellers of old textbooks. These are the people of the shadows, a resilient clan of hunters who turned the tables on the mightiest predator the world has ever known, Tyrannosaurus rex. The first rays of dawn pierce through the thick canopy of ferns and cycads, taller than a two-story house. The air is heavy with the scent of damp earth and distant thunder, the ground trembling faintly underfoot from geothermal rumbles far below. The people of the shadows, numbering perhaps 100 souls, huddle around a central fire pit in their encampment. A cluster of hide shelters lashed together with vines as thick as a man's arm. Their skin is etched with ritual scars from battles past, their eyes sharp from generations of vigilance. Led by an elder, a wiry figure with a mane of gray-streaked hair and a spear carved from the thigh bone of a fallen beast, they whisper strategies passed down through oral legends. These aren't mere survivors. They're architects of extinction, having devised 6 masterful rites to hunt and slay the last tyrannosaurs that roamed this fractured paradise. Fossils recently excavated in remote Antarctic outcrops, analyzed with cutting-edge spectrometry, reveal tool marks, toxin residues, and burn scars that match their methods to a T. Modern recreations at research sites in Montana have proven their ingenuity, showing how these ancient innovators outwitted creatures weighing up to 20,000 pounds with nothing but stone, fire, and cunning. Our journey begins with the first rite, the pit of the fallen giant. A trap so devious it mimics the natural pitfalls that once claimed lesser dinosaurs. In the heart of the valley, where the soil is soft and laced with hidden sinkholes from ancient volcanic activity, the clan selects a site near a watering hole frequented by herds of duck-billed hadrosaurs. Over weeks, under the cover of moonless nights, to avoid the keen senses of their prey, 24 strong-backed diggers labor with sharpened antler picks and wooden scoops. They carve out a massive depression, roughly 60 feet across and 30 feet deep, with walls sloped at a steep 65-degree angle, impossible for even the most agile tyrannosaur to claw its way out. The earth they remove is piled discreetly into surrounding brush, blended with fallen leaves to erase any trace of human handiwork. As the pit takes shape, the air fills with the grunts of effort and the occasional splash of groundwater seeping in from below, turning the bottom into a muddy quagmire that would suck at the legs like quicksand. To bait this deadly snare, the hunters venture out at twilight, their bodies smeared with mud to mask their scent. Creeping through undergrowth teeming with insects the size of sparrows, they target a young triceratops, perhaps 7 days old, separated from its herd during a stampede triggered by a distant earthquake. With swift throws of weighted nets woven from tough reeds, they ensnare the calf, its 3 small horns no match for their coordinated assault. Dragging it back under the stars, they let it ferment lightly in a shallow grave for 10 days, allowing the natural decay to release a pungent aroma that carries on the seasonal winds for miles, 2 miles or more, drawing in any lurking tyrannosaur like a siren's call. The bait is positioned dead center in the pit, its bloated form a tempting feast amid the shadows. Now comes the artistry of concealment. Layer 1. Massive branches from fallen conifers, crisscrossed like a giant's game of pick-up sticks, strong enough to bear the weight of smaller creatures, but engineered to collapse under anything heavier than a few tons. Over this, they drape a netting of woven vines and broad leaves, harvested from the forest floor, creating a flexible mat that sags just enough to feel natural underfoot. Finally, a thin blanket of soil, about 6 inches deep, sprinkled with fresh foliage and scattered pebbles to blend seamlessly with the surrounding terrain. From above, it's indistinguishable from solid ground, a perfect illusion in the dappled light filtering through the canopy. As the trap lies in wait, the clan positions scouts on elevated rock outcrops, their eagle-eyed gazes scanning the horizon. Days pass, filled with the routine of foraging, gathering fist-sized berries from thorny bushes, spearing fish in crystal streams that wind through the valley like silver veins. Then, one fateful morning, a low rumble echoes across the landscape, the thunderous footfalls of a tyrannosaur, its massive head swaying side to side as it sniffs the air, drawn inexorably by the rotting lure. This beast, a scarred veteran with teeth like serrated daggers each a foot long, measures over 40 feet from snout to tail tip, its hide a mottled green-brown that camouflages it among the ferns. It approaches cautiously at first, tiny arms twitching uselessly. Then charges with a bellow that shakes leaves from the trees. The ground gives way in an instant. With a deafening crack, the branches splinter, the net tears, and the soil cascades like a waterfall as the tyrannosaur plummets into the abyss. Its roar turns to a pained shriek as it lands with bone-shattering force, legs buckling under its 18,000-pound frame. In recreations using robotic models at the University of Montana, this fall consistently fractures both hind limbs and the pelvis, rendering the creature immobile within minutes 7 to 11. To be precise, trapped and thrashing, its tail whipping futilely against the slick walls. The beast is at the mercy of the shadows above. From the rim, 120 hunters emerge from hiding, their faces painted with ochre stripes for camouflage and courage. Each grips a heavy stone-tipped spear, weighing 13 to 18 pounds. Hafted with sinew bindings, they rain down a barrage from on high, aiming for the exposed neck and eyes, the projectiles whistling through the air like deadly hail. The tyrannosaur's scales crack under the assault, blood pooling in the mud below as it weakens. After 18 grueling minutes of coordinated strikes, calls and signals passed in a guttural tongue to avoid wasting throws, the giant stills. Its massive chest, heaving one last time before silence claims the pit. The clan descends on ropes of braided hide, harvesting meat, teeth, and bones with flint knives, turning predator into provision. Fossils from similar sites show pits littered with shattered spearheads and tyrannosaur skeletons bearing impact fractures. Irrefutable proof of this ancient victory.